I put on with LBC. I put on with LBC. Yeah, I put on with LBC. Over LBC. I put on with LBC. Over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's a wave we ride. I've been grinding through the night, while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly. I put on for.
Whoops. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto. We ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Soon to be Lunar Beaches something else. Lunar Beaches Capital. I'm kind of leaning towards Lunar Beaches Capital. Just going to be real with you guys. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. Lunar Beaches charting just doesn't sound right to me. Lunar Beaches Capital sounds better. The reason for the name change is because the focus is going to be taking a little bit of a shift. Of course, I haven't been focusing on just crypto for quite some time. So I got to change some things up. Also, the focus of the channel is going to be taking a little bit of it. It's going to be going through a little bit of a change as well. Still charts. A little bit more investing type stuff. Maybe not research on stream, but more information. Trying to go to the next level, guys. Trying to grow up. Trying to grow up. That's basically it. Trying to grow up. Level up is the better phrasing. Trying to level up. Trying to upgrade. Trying to do things better, so that we can and more long-term thinking. More long-term thinking, and something that frankly just fits my daily schedule. So it would have to be more high time frame stuff in order for that to happen. But anyways, how's it going, everybody? How you doing? Congratulations, Alexandra G. And I have not seen her in here yet, but Melissa One Love, congratulations to you ladies and your Dodgers winning the World Series. What a Game 7. I thought that one slide for the Blue Jays, I thought he had it, but that toe came down by the catcher like just in time. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, What's going on, everybody? Let's say good evening to the chat. Good evening, Alexandra G, Mod Boss, Mod Queen, Mod God. Thank you for being here, Alexandra G, and thank you for pinning that Discord link in the chat. I do greatly appreciate that. Guys, 2 weeks and those stickers will be here. Yay! JB Hulk Smash, good evening. Thank you for being here. All set. Good evening, fam. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Mike Volmer, good evening. Good evening. Curvin. So I'm gonna guess that's Apulia because of the A. What's going on? How you doing? Good evening. Biomex, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Yeah, this whole at symbol stuff is getting on my nerves. Why is it just doing it all of a sudden? Why does it not do it for everybody? Why does it do it for random people at random times? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? All right, guys. It's Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. I hope you changed your clocks back 1 hour. We did gain an hour last night. Heck yeah. Doesn't really matter for someone like me who has a newborn and a toddler. I'll wake up pretty much the same time every day anyway. So it be what it do. All right, let's see. Yep, you're correct. I'm back. I don't know what pH is. But anyways. So yeah, more investing focus. I kind of am more long-term focus. So what I want to do, we're probably not going to get into a lot of it, if any of it, tonight, just because I'm still working on how I'm going to do the show to mix with it, or how I'm going to do it with the show. But basically, I'm going to do some portfolio stuff. That's exciting. And I will share my portfolio. I'm going to share what I'm buying and why. Not financial advice. I am just a guy on YouTube that does his own research. So, but you know, it's not going to be just winging it, you know, and there's going to be reasons behind the things that I'm looking at and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think it'll be fun. A little bit of a slight transition, but yeah. Nick Dunn, thank you for being here. What's going on? What's going on, Kelly? Thank you. Thank you. My sunset is BOW. Oh, now 4:53 p.m. Yeah. Yep. Same. Basically same. Guys, we got new colors. It is officially Thanksgiving color times. We got the orange and the yellow. Brown doesn't quite work with the black background. I mean, I guess I could have changed the background, but yeah. So we got new colors here for the month of November, leading up to Thanksgiving, rather, not the month of November. And then come after Thanksgiving, we'll have to do some green and red. We'll have to do the classic green and red for Christmas. Bitcoin, we are still trading within this megaphone pattern for now. I've got a fractal I've shared on X, in the Discord, in the Piper Academy Discord, and in Alexo Crypto's Discord. I shared it everywhere because I thought it was interesting. So I'll be going over that tonight. And I'll tell you guys where I pulled that from if you haven't seen it already on X. And explain why I think it could be the real deal. We'll see. Got my Thanksgiving avatar up. There you go. Wow, your sunset started early down south. Yeah. Yeah, sun's been going down about 5:30. And now that the time shifts an hour back, I imagine about 4:30 will be it. But It'll be brighter when I leave for work in the morning, so that's cool, I guess. All right, so Bitcoin getting a little bit of a dump ski right now. We're sitting at 108,773. Getting a little bit of a dump going on here. Let's check out the oscillator in here. We do have a bearish divergence here off of this high down to this high. Yeah, not looking too hot at the moment. However, this is off of a bounce off of a demand zone. And we're just sweeping lows created over the weekend. You'll get that a lot going into Sunday, especially if price just consolidated, went sideways over the weekend. Get a sweep of the lows and then potentially a shift out. We shall see. If not, then we're probably going much lower. You know, my target has changed to 94,200, not 96. It was 96 for like a week, but then I found evidence for lower. And better evidence for lower as well. So still looking at potentially hitting that $94,200. We go into equal lows, maybe. Not quite equal lows on this chart. Let's go to a perp chart. So we still haven't cleared these over here. We still have not cleared these lows. I've had these on here. You guys have been following. It's been a couple of weeks now. I've had these on here. So this is basically it. Came up, we swept this high here. Now we're shifting back to the downside. Potentially ABC or ABC. This could just be a trip up to get people going short so that they can then go long, get people to go long so that they can then go short. I don't trade. I don't typically trade Mondays because Mondays usually set up the rest of the week. But everything is saying pretty much bearish right now. Trend fusion is tapping the zero line. We have the money flow. This is on the 4-hour too. Money flow is in the red. Bearish divergence, of course. True 7 is below the zero line. Your volume matrix is bearish. Your power bar is bearish. So everything's looking pretty bearish. It looks like we're just continuing to dump right now. So, yep. Nice little dump across the board, it looks like. Let's see if we can just come down here, tap this low, and then shift to the upside. I've seen uglier things. Not much uglier, but I've seen uglier things. You think the bull is over? Potentially. Potentially. Now, one of the things that we can do is, try to go back in time and see past liquidation events and what usually occurred. Massive liquidation events. Now, most of the time, see, this was a big liquidation event. This was a pretty big liquidation event. Let's see where... I need an indicator that just shows me liquidation events so that I can spot them. But typically, after a liquidation event, you will go sideways for weeks. And we are on week 3 or 4. We are on week 4, I think. Interesting. Well, not interesting, but since this liquidation event, 22 days, so we are on week 4. We have completed 3 weeks. So we have been sideways, ranging for 3 weeks since the liquidation event. Consolidating before either more upside or more downside. Typically, this will turn into an ABC. And you'll go lower. So I'm still short term. Go lower. It's the midterm that I'm not so certain about. I think we still have enough time in the 4-year cycles. If we are to stay with the 4-year cycles, I think we still have enough time. I think we still have a big enough, but pretty small window to put in another move to the upside. However, I was looking at this chart today, and I wanted to try and find something that looked similar to this whole topping structure. And in my pursuit of looking for something similar, I found something a little bit too similar. And that would be this chart. Oh no! It's over. It's over! Before I tell you what the white fractal is here, let me break down this price action because it's pretty interesting. This fractal, you can see it moves up like this, and then what? Then it gets this consolidation pullback, right? You get the up move here on Bitcoin. Then you get the consolidation, aka pullback. Pretty interesting. Not the exact same pattern. Doesn't have to be, as long as they're both consolidation patterns. It's pretty much all that really matters. Now, even though this white line is kind of lagging a little bit, you still see it puts in like a bull flag type deal. Then you get the push to the upside. Bitcoin, bull flag type deal, push to the upside. Then it almost becomes a 1-to-1 because you get the big push up on both of them. You get the pull back on both of them. You get the push up on both of them. You get the consolidation at the highs. Now it's, are we going to do the flush on Bitcoin, or is it going to break out of the megaphone pattern bullishly? Are they going to deviate, or are they going to stay on track with each other? I don't know. But guys, let me tell you something. Bitcoin is known as what? Digital gold. This white fractal on here is the gold price chart. Starting in 1971, when the dollar went off of the gold standard. A little bit similar stuff going on these days. Kind of. Interestingly enough, so I had to shrink this fractal in order for it to fit, but the point isn't to show time and price. The point is to show market structure and how these things can move. But I did find it interesting that when I shrunk it down so that it could fit and that I got my tops lined up, or bottoms and tops lined up, that the fractal lands squarely on the bottom, October of 2026, which would be exactly what? Exactly 1 year from our current top. Within what? Lines up with the 4-year cycle perfectly. Top comes in 2029. Lines up with this 4-year cycle perfectly. And it's gold. And Bitcoin's supposed to be digital gold. And this stuff's been basically tracking each other ever since the ETFs came. Hello? I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy. Will it play out? I've got no idea. And neither do you. And neither does anyone else. But hey, it's pretty fun to experiment. Now, this would give us a low of about $51,000 to $53,000. So be prepared for that potential downside. Also, if you are in altcoins, oh boy, this is going to hurt you. This is going to hurt you real bad. I am not in altcoins. I'll tell you that right now. Altcoins are no longer a part of LBC's portfolio. I don't know. It's too much risk right now. It's just too much risk right now. The macro economics are garbage. If we're not already in a recession, we're barreling towards one. If the Fed cuts again in December, well, even if they don't cut, the Fed will be ending quantitative tightening in December. Now, that doesn't mean quantitative easing is coming immediately. But that does bring the potential of quantitative easing coming sometime next year. Probably with more rate cuts. If you make it cheaper to borrow, and you inject the market with QE, what do you think is going to happen with inflation? You think it's going to stick to target? Probably not. Probably not for a little while. We are going through a paradigm shift with AI. AI is supposed to make us more productive, meaning we produce more stuff. And if we can produce more stuff, then we can build up the supply side of things to help offset the demand side of things, which should keep inflation down, except if you print more money, you ain't bringing inflation down, fam, because that's how we get inflation, is printing more money. So point is, the dollar is on its way out. We'll see. But the Dixie is not. The Dixie is pushing right now, actually. Believe it or not. Had a nice bullish week. Got a bullish close above this high. Nice bullish week last week. So now this is against other fiat currencies. You know, if you want to see what the dollar is actually doing, then you got to go to the TLT, which is the 20-year treasury bond market. And you just look. I mean, yeah, actually I had a down week last week. Interesting. See? Dixie up, but that's against other fiats. TLT, this is your treasury bonds, down and to the right. And if I zoom out far enough, well, maybe not. Down and to the right ever since March of 2020, when, you know, this is essentially when we printed trillions of dollars into existence. Now, what about the... Is there a TLT for... Nah, it's just the iShares Trust. Okay. So dollar's losing its value, of course. We know this. It's on a monthly time frame. But I do see some highs here that could potentially get taken out, which if the dollar went on a... If the treasury bonds went on a pump here, I don't know what would cause that. To be honest, I don't know what would cause that. Assets going down, maybe? Housing market going down? I'd have to look into it. AI market. I keep hearing AI comparisons to the dot-com bubble burst of 2000. Um, I do think both scenarios, I think both situations, I mean, are a little different. A little. Not a lot, but a little. And that's in that .com was selling .coms. Basically, you could get a website and I don't know. Is there any difference? I'm sitting here trying to think, is there actually? I was going to say AI has actually got some kind of product, whereas the .com bubble is just .coms, like without the actual product. But then again, it was businesses buying the .coms. It is still little bit different because .coms probably weren't seen as a national security issue, whereas AI definitely is. So we're having governments be more involved in AI and spending on AI. We were having policies drafted around AI, regulations being, shaped around AI. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different in that aspect. But see, this is why I'm wanting to get into more investing, because I want to start investing in the nuclear, anything that has to do with energy, just in AI. I want to get into that stuff because I don't know that this stuff ends anytime soon. Just to be real with you. It might have some stall outs because data centers need to be upgraded or expanded or improved upon or whatever, and that takes time. So you might have periods when it's just kind of lagging a little bit, but overall, in general, outside of a black swan, I don't know what causes that thing to, I don't know what the catalyst is. Obviously, it can't go up forever. AI stuff can't go up forever. A lot of AI companies will fail. But the general industry is just on a path for growth that I see no real end to. Especially after you watch this little video that I watched last night that kind of freaked me out. Essentially, it was humans kept asking AI, started off asking AI, how do you reverse entropy, which is the expansion of the universe? How do you bring that back? I guess because they wanted to live forever or something. And then it would say insufficient data, cannot answer that question. And then a million years would pass and we would be on this different AI version, this different super intelligence, ask the same question and be like insufficient data. And it would go on for millions and millions and even billions of years. We have super, super advanced humans out there to where it can never solve the entropy question. The entire universe freezes. But before it does, a human asked a question, will you think about this forever and try to solve it at some point. Eventually, the AI just lives in like the quantum realm, and it's just out there in the universe. It's pretty deep, pretty crazy, and believable, which is what kind of makes it crazy. But eventually, it gets to a point to where it solves entropy in a way to where it can collapse everything in and then explode it back out and create effectively another Big Bang. The AI saying, "Let there be light." I got to share that video because it was pretty wild. But the core message of the video was like, the AI could live forever, but one thing that the humans have is a choice on whether or not they want to. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's a good message in general. I'm pretty sure I botched it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I thought it was awesome. RMT, what's going on? What's going on, Melissa? One Love, LBC OG in the house. How you doing, Melissa? Congratulations on your Doyers. I guess. I hate the Dodgers. But I love y'all, so I'm happy for you ladies. Who's down with LBC? What's going on? Al Jr., thank you for being here. Retro Mike Tech, everything in life is an AI simulation. I've gotten to the point to where I'm starting to think it is. I'm borderline just being like, all right, AI gods, simulation gods, what's up? How's it going? Can we update the software a little bit? All right, things are getting a little bit weird. All right. We've got a reality TV show host as president that's trying to start a civil war. Someone slap the side of the computer and see if it helps. My God. And this is how I pretty much know we're bound to get invaded by aliens someday. Because if I created a simulation, which I have, Sim City, what's up? I'd send an alien invasion like I have in Sim City. So, we got a lot of disclosure stuff coming this month too. It's kind of crazy. It's like a whole documentary on disclosure. I think it's called Disclosure, something about disclosure. Imagine that, kind of crazy. All right, USDT dominance, enough with the rambling. Puppy sauce. Also, another reason why I want to do the investing stuff is because I want to be able to keep up with BC. And can't do that if I'm over here only in crypto world. It's also very difficult for me to scalp trade and day trade because I do have a day job. And then I come home and I have kids and a wife and a family to attend to and be with. And so I really don't have a lot of extra time to just be looking at the charts. So the goal now is to just build up enough capital to where I can quit my job and be able to scalp. So until then, let's invest. Let's grow our wealth. Let's check our portfolios every week, every quarter, do some rebalancing if needed, and just go over news and data and information and prices and charts and everything that we can think of that can help us improve our edge in these markets and build our wealth slowly but surely and be happy and safe for the most part. There we go. Dude, I'm hitting the BLUNT. Yeah, I spelt it. As you say that, damn fulfilling. You're a great macroeconomic resource, David. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting better at it as well. So I'm always asking different questions and learning new things literally every single day. And but I also need to consolidate so that I could be better for you. Because starting to get a little bit trying to do too much, basically. Just trying to do too much. Too many different things here and there, and it's just like, let's just kind of shrink that down. Let's be a little bit more narrowly focused on one thing, or just a few things, and not have such a. I mean, you got to have a broad view on things on macro. I'm just talking about like personally. I have these little habits, and I've had these little habits where I do a lot of time wasting. It's kind of looking for that next dopamine hit. Watching pointless videos on YouTube, even though they're entertaining to me, I could be doing something else. Also, I told ChatGPT to be very honest with me, and it was really honest with me, and it hurt my feelings, and now I've got to change things. Basically, so I'll just let you guys know. I told ChatGPT to help round me out and be brutally honest and don't hold back and stuff like that. And oh boy, it was like, all right, so here's what you're doing. You're always talking to me about all these ideas, but you never talk to me about the outcomes of your ideas. You never talk to me about the product. You never talk to me about what you've done. It's always about what you want to do and what you're going to do and this and that. And I'm just like, stop. This is why I canceled my membership, USOB. Leave me alone. I know I told you to do this, but leave me alone. So yeah, got to make family and myself. I've already made the improvements on. Okay, I'm very focused on learning things, but I need to put what I'm learning into something. Okay, other than live streams and content, I need to turn what I'm learning into content instead of just, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm still figuring myself out, okay? Hopefully that's something you guys like. What's going on, 2Dub? I forgot to say hello to you. How you doing, 2Dub? I hope you're doing well. Scar, how you doing, my friend? What's up? I tried to redirect to your stream, but I don't think you have that selected in your settings. I forgot about that again. Thank you, T.I. Joe. What's going on, Trade Intuition? Thank you for being here, brother. I do appreciate you. Yeah, make sure you guys are subbed to T.I. Joe as well. Trade Intuition in the chat. Click on that name, go to the channel, and hit that subscribe button. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at, guys. And I hope you go along on this journey with me. This journey to being a more productive investor and person in general. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more productive as well. Because the thing is, I do so much, but it's like a lot of it's like meaningless task, to be quite frank. And I'm getting burnt out on doing that stuff when I should, if I was more productive, it would be a little bit better. It would be better. And it's not that I'm not productive ever. It's just that I need to turn some things that I do that are not productive into productive things, if that makes sense. It's generally trying to be more productive. But I've also figured out a system that I can work with that's focused on priorities and prioritizing tasks throughout the day. Like, these are my non-negotiables. This is what I have to do every day. I've got to post a clip every single day, at least once a day, 7 clips a week. So I've got to start doing that. So yeah, I know this is supposed to be the macro stream, but I mean, nothing's really changed, guys. Just to be perfectly frank, nothing's really changed. We're still not doing a whole lot, okay? So I'm giving you guys kind of the layout of how I'm trying to transition here, okay? And it's just a slight tweak, not a big tweak. You are all ghosts watching. What? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Excuse me. Yep, so all right, the S&P 500. Let's go ahead and go over here to the hourly, see how we opened up over here. Okay, Friday, no gap. No gap, just downside. Hold on. Let's get 5-day or 5-minute rather. No, that's Friday. Friday, Monday. Oh, wait. Me so silly. Gotta go to the ES. Okay, so we do have a gap. We does have a gap. Okay. No gap here on the daily. We'll go back to the 5. Got this gap here. Right here. Between 68.77 and 68.73.50. Building up some highs over here. Some liquidity above these highs. Not sure if I don't want to get that one. Hitter. 5-minute. Let's zoom out to the 15. Money flows in the red. Volume matrix is green. Getting bearish reversal signal. Bullish power bar completely on. Bearish power bar picking up. Be interesting to see if we get a move down and then up. Tap that liquidity and then roll over. Potentially, I'd be looking to see if we create some equal lows. Get the bounce, come up, clear the highs, maybe even swing fail this high, and come down for these lows. Be interesting to see. Now, it is Sunday, so we need to zoom out a little bit. We need to look at the weekly. Weekly, let's see. Now, we did get a new all-time high last week. But we got it's kind of a bearish candle here. Now, this one did close green. Bitcoin did not close green. This one did close green. However, much longer upper wick showing or signaling that more sellers were in control over here. So it may want to come down to fill the gap and then move up. Or it'll want to go up first and then come back down for the gap. It's typically how these things go. Money flow is well in the green. Trend fusion's in the green. This is on the weekly chart too for the S&P 500. It's a pretty nice, actually beautiful V-shaped recovery out of here. So this is pretty interesting. I mean, this is showing some nice strength in here. Everything kind of points to, for now, continuation, except for that weekly candle close being what it was. See, it's nice when you get the long lower wicks because that kind of indicates buyers are stepped in. Like price did push down, but buyers stepped in to push price higher. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I think this will be a pretty big week. I think post FOMC. Still continued shutdown, which means continued data blackout, which is annoying because I don't know what to talk about when we have Data blackouts. I mean, I know I have plenty to talk about. Obviously, I've been rambling for about 45 minutes now. It hasn't all been market related, but I can still talk. That's the point. I can still talk if I need to, especially if I've had any amount of caffeine. Ooh, the video earlier was a music vid. LOL. Now I get it. JR, I love you, man. Mm. Sorry, I like my ice. Mm. So yeah, with crypto, I don't know, man. I'm gonna stick with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and maybe Cardano if it gets the ETF. Maybe Litecoin. Ooh, Litecoin. Litecoin got an ETF. Hold on, I wanted to look at Bitcoin. Let's go to the Coinbase chart. Coinbase chart. It's got the fractal on it. That's okay. We can get rid of that real quick. All right, so Bitcoin did not give us a bearish engulfing candle, had a longer lower wick. We'll see if it just wants to come down for the, I'm glad I just thought of this. See if it wants to just sweep the weekly low, last week's low, and then move to the upside. However, guess what? Oh wait, we've already. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. I was gonna say it's a new quarter. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. But it is the second month of the quarter, which means we could do a quarterly VWAP, and we will start to deviate from the monthly VWAPs. Let's just go ahead and let's go to the day. Let's go to anchored VWAP and let's find October 1st. There we go. All right. They're going to line up a lot right now, but they should start to deviate. Now, we do have this standard deviation 2 band sitting down here at about 103, 100, which we could potentially get to, especially if it wants to come down to sweep last week's low. We'll see. Now, what it might want to do is sweep the previous monthly low. Hello? Oh, wrong indicator. Bam. Previous monthly low is right here at 103,600 on the Coinbase chart, spot chart, which I definitely want to keep a focus on the spot chart. But look at this. Look at this quarterly VWAP, and look, we rejected off of that quarterly VWAP. I was showing you guys this last week. I was hoping the price would get up to the golden pocket. It didn't. Instead, it closed below the 50% of this pullback here. So then, and that came in right there with the, well, now it's changed now. There was also a money flow POC there. There was fixed range volume profile, value area high. Yeah, value area high sitting right there as well. Actually, this would have been backed up a little bit because we were looking at it about right here. Yeah. From the crash. There we go. We're on the daily, so it's kind of messing me up. But yeah. We were coming into it. Well, I thought we were. Shoot. Scheisenhauser something. I don't know if this is me being crazy or what happened, but regardless, You can see the fixed range. We're losing it. We've fallen below the value area low. Let's go from the time of the liquidation. Yep, losing the value area low, which we have already done a few times. But basically, guys, we're sideways. We're still sideways for the time being. And it may want to come down to sweep the previous month low, which sits right here, before it gets the move to the upside. Now sweeping that previous month low, coincide with the potential wedge bounce at the 94,200K mark. Which we also have the yearly open sitting down here, which we have not come back to. That sits at 93,300. So we essentially left it, and we might be coming right back to the yearly open. The institutions made their money. They sold off. They started buying back here. They're actually still buying because they never stop buying, because that's what they do, is they buy. Especially assets like Bitcoin and gold. I don't know how much the institutions buy gold, to be honest. Probably not a whole lot, because gold, they need to buy stuff that is productive, and gold is just not productive. I mean, neither really is Bitcoin, because that's what hard assets are supposed to do. Sound money is supposed to just retain value, not really necessarily grow and be productive, like produce something. So it's a bit different. We go from Pacific to Mountain and then back in March. Wow, nice levels, WC. Thanks. Okay, why is XRP falling? Because Bitcoin is falling. That's why. That is why. Simple as that. Because Bitcoin is falling, everything else is going to fall. XRP coming down to its quarterly VWAP, which sits right at $2.47. See if it can get a bounce off of that level there. Potentially. Don't really care. I know a lot of people will say head and shoulders here. I don't know if you guys were listening to me last week. I hope you were. But there's a problem with this head and shoulders. If you can guess, I'll give you a digital cookie. All right, here we go. I'm going to say it. It's not at the top. It's not at the top. It's in the middle of a range. Therefore, I don't like it. Head and shoulders patterns are supposed to be at tops. Inverse head and shoulder patterns are supposed to be at bottoms. They're not supposed to be in the middle of ranges. That doesn't mean this can't come down lower. It just means it's not as probable as it would be if this was at the highs and not in the middle of a range, if not the bottom of a range. So I don't really care for head and shoulders patterns that are in the middle of a range. Period, point blank. Period. Point blank. Oh yeah, HNS is a reversal pattern. Yes, exactly. And reversal patterns should be in the middle at reversal points, not in the middle of a range. So yeah. So you want to see XRP get a bounce here. We do have these equal highs up here that it'll probably want to take out. So And what is this? This is Thursday. There's a prior. So this is last week's low, so it may want to come down and sweep that. We also have equal lows over here as well. There you go. So come down, sweep the equal lows, then get to push up, take out the equal highs, and then let's go from there. Does it consolidate and continue to push? Or does it use that as fuel to just push up high enough to take out these highs and sweep the previous week high and roll over? Or do we just continue to go sideways this week? Who knows? But I say for now, guys, just go to your charts. Now, look, if you're wanting to do some day trading or short-term trading, whatever, go to your charts. Take a rectangle. This is not financial advice. This is just a suggestion. Go to your charts. Find lows, connect them. Find highs, connect them. Short the highs, long the lows. Simple as. Use a stop loss. And just play the range until it breaks. That's what you do. You play the range until it breaks. Anything in between? Anything in here? In here? Don't touch. You wait. Price come down to the bottom of the range. Look for volume to pick up. Look for the low time frame reversal, 15-minute. Something like that. And then fire off your long, put your stop below the low, and target liquidity and highs, supply. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. If you want to trade, that would be the way that I do it. But we can see volume or VWAP is pretty flat here, so it's kind of holding price up right now. So it doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look like it's the end of the world. Ethereum. Oh, hello. Look at that. Talk about a trend line that worked. That's a this is kind of bearish. This is the most bearish thing I've seen so far tonight. All right. You've got the down move. You've got the consolidation sideways and the triangle. Okay, it's actually more like this. You get the break out of the triangle, then you back test the trend line bearishly, and then you get the continuation. This is the most bearish chart that I've looked at tonight. That measured move on that, again, is $2,850. And that's based off of this high to this low. Put from the breakout, $2,850. So, doesn't have to get there. That's just where I would be aiming. If I was to short this. Yeah, that's... Trend fusion below the zero line. Money flow below the zero line. True 7 below the zero line. This is on the 4 hour too. Volume matrix. Bearish. Power bar bearish. No bullish power bar in sight. Ugh. Not good. Not looking good here. I forgot the market oracle and the market dynamic reactor and quantum reactor. And it's steady below those as well here on the 4 hour. On the daily, you got the quantum reactor down here. Yeah, this Ethereum looks bearish AF, to be quite frank. Let's see how Monday plays. It's sitting here at the dynamic reactor right now. It's trying to hold it up as support. We'll see how Monday plays out. And then we'll be right back here tomorrow on Lunar Beaches Crypto. Or Lunar Beaches Capital. That's going to be weird. Switching over to something else. I still haven't fully decided on what I wanted to do. I like LBC's idea better. Yeah, XRP probably will retest 215 again and then go back once again. Yep, I mean, we'll see. XRP is making me cry. Just got stopped. Oof. That's how it goes. Sorry. LMAO, bearish AF. I'm cooked. No bears around here. They all went to hibernation early. Damn, bears having a party right now? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. ETH is still falling right now as we speak. Geez, and it is already down 4.5% on the day, and the day is only 4 hours old. That's another thing I gotta get used to. The market closes at 6 instead of 7 now. Central time. We'll go over the Russell tomorrow. We'll go a little bit more in depth on more macro. You know, you'll just have to bear with me as I work through exactly my content goals. I want to be consistent. I want to be consistent as much as I can be. Because that's what it really matters, is consistency. Nope, no party for the Bears. Yeah, they think they are having a party. Nope, no party for the Bears. We'll see. That quantum reactor on Ethereum comes in at $3,175, just in case you're curious. Yeah, it looks bearish to me, yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it in Discord. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Link is pinned in the chat. Or it is also Lunar Beaches Corp. We've already got Port Corp. BC Port Corp. The link to the Discord is also in the description. It's time to go. Excuse me. Anything else for now? Nope, that's going to be it for now. All right, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. I'll see you in the chats. I'll see you in Piper's chat, I'm sure. Maybe even Alex's chat. In Discord. Maybe. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start limiting my my chat time and start using that time to focus more on me and my content instead of other people's content. I love them. It's just that I gotta do me. I gotta do what's best for me. I'll probably tune into Piper though, because he that's kind of where that's like what I'm doing. So I need to listen to Piper because he's more macro. So there you go. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out and hitting that subscribe if you are new, and that notification bell to be notified for whenever I create new content and when I go live. I do hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. God bless. Peace out. Wait, which song? How about, should I play the new song? Make sure you guys go over. That's what I got. I got to remember to, say, to pump my music. Make sure you guys go over to you're on my channel. Go to my playlist and go to LBC music, and listen to the new one and the other two. I'm gonna start posting more of those too. But and I hope you enjoy. My love. Peace out. God bless. Bye.
Bills pile high like Judgment Day. Glass half full, but it's drained away. House lights flicker, almost dark. Echoes of kids' laughs haunt the yard. Cold calls and threats drown out my pride. Wife's eyes say you're barely alive. Worked every day till I had no fight. Still watch my world slip out of sight. And every door slammed shut on me. Hope felt like a dying dream. Pressure dragging me below. One spark left, flicker, glow. I was nearly gone, swallowed by the day. Everything I loved, slipping far away. But I held that line, shaking hardly strong. I broke and bled, but I still held on. I was nearly gone, nearly gone. But I clawed my way back by dawn. They say a man's worth in what he earns, but broke don't mean your fire don't burn. I saw the edge, I felt it call, stared down the void. Friends turned ghosts when the money died. Lost faith in me, but I stayed alive. Rock bottom showed the truth in scars, so bright as seen in the dark. One breath left, one last still man. Stand up even if you barely stand. Edge of ruin, razor thin, but broken bones grow strong again. I was nearly gone, swallowed by the day. Everything I loved, slipping far away. But I held that line, shaking hardly strong. I broke and bled, but I still held on. I was nearly gone, nearly gone. But I clawed my way back by dawn. Face the fear, don't bow, don't drown. Pressure breaks or builds, I choose now. When the world came to take it all, I stood up, I did not fall. Bruised, red scars, still breathing. Edge of hell, but still reaching. Hold on. I was nearly gone, but I found my flame. I lost myself and came back changed. Pulled from the